All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah,
Today, we're going to talk about something I think a lot of people are curious about.
for sure.
LLCs,
Yes.
and particularly in Texas.
Absolutely.
LLCs, we throw that term around a lot.
Yeah.
What is it really, and why should someone starting a business, maybe in Texas, care about it?
Yeah. So an LLC is a limited liability company, and
Yeah.
it's really there to protect you personally
Okay.
from liability that might come up in your business.
Gotcha.
So, if you're starting a business, you're always taking a risk.
Sure.
And you never really know
Right.
what could
You
happen.
could get sued or something like that.
Exactly. And, not only sued, but, you could have a debt that you can't cover.
Sure.
And if you don't have an LLC, then all your personal assets are at risk.
Oh, wow.
Your house, your car, your savings account.
So it's more than just a cool name.
Yeah.
It's like a legal protection.
It's a legal shield. It separates your business from your personal life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Texas in particular, why is Texas like an LLC hotspot? Is that what they call it?
They do. Yeah. I mean, Texas has always had a reputation as being like a business-friendly state.
Right.
Low taxes.
Right.
Easier to start a business, less regulation. And, there's some truth to that.
Right.
For one, the Texas Business Organizations Code actually gives LLC owners a lot of flexibility in how they structure their company, so you can have more control over how your business is run.
So it's not just about like starting the business, but it's also about like maintaining and having control over it.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's the tax side of things
Sure.
with LLCs.
Right.
Often, you're going to be taxed as a pass-through entity, which basically means the profits and losses of the business get reported on your personal income taxes.
Correct.
So you're not paying separate corporate taxes.
Gotcha.
Now, depending on the specific structure,
Wait, hold on. Different structures. What do you mean?
yeah, you can choose to be taxed as a sole proprietorship, a partnership, or even an S corp, all while keeping that liability protection of the LLC.
Interesting. Okay.
So it really depends on what's best for your individual situation.
I see.
And that's where a good tax advisor comes in.
Yeah. Taxes are always
Yeah,
complicated.
for sure.
Okay. So Texas, I've heard about some like specific requirements in Texas, like publication rules.
Yes.
What is that?
So Texas, they want to make sure that everyone knows you're serious about this LLC.
Uh-huh.
So after you file all your formation paperwork with the state, you actually have to publish a notice in a local newspaper.
What?
I know it's a little old school, but
Right.
it's a requirement
Fine.
in Texas, and it has to be for a certain amount of time.
I see. Okay, so that's like a Texas thing?
Yeah, and then there are filing fees.
Okay, so you got to pay to do it.
Yeah, filing fees are pretty much unavoidable
Right.
wherever you go.
Makes sense.
Texas has its own fee schedule, but the good news is
The good is
there's a service out there that lets you form an LLC in Texas for free.
free. Wait, really?
Yeah, absolutely free.
Okay.
So it's a company called Inc. Authority,
Okay.
and their website is www.incauthority.com, and they offer this free LLC formation package just for Texans.
Wow. That's incredible because I know lawyer fees and stuff like that can get pretty expensive.
Absolutely. It can cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah. So this is pretty amazing. So like, how does that work? Let's say I want to open a food truck in Austin.
Okay.
How would I use this free service?
So first you'd head over to their website,
Okay.
www.incauthority.com,
Got it.
and you'd choose their Texas package.
Okay.
And they're going to walk you through the whole process.
Okay.
You're going to need to pick a business name, of course.
Right.
And they'll help you check if that name's available,
Okay.
which is super important.
So like all the legal stuff, they make sure that the name's not taken or whatever.
Exactly. They handle all that for you.
That's awesome.
And then all the paperwork that you need to file with the state, they'll draft it all for you.
So they write it all up?
They write it all up. You just have to review it and sign it.
Oh, wow.
Easy peasy.
It sounds too good to be true. Are there like hidden fees or catches?
It's always a good idea to read the fine print.
Of course.
But from what we've seen, the LLC formation itself is totally free.
Okay.
You'll still be responsible for those state filing fees that we talked about.
Right.
But those are pretty minor compared to what you would pay a lawyer.
Okay, so this sounds like it could be a real lifesaver for some people.
Absolutely.
But even with a service like this, even if it's easy, are there mistakes people can make, like common mistakes?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like what?
One of the biggest ones is rushing through choosing a business name.
Okay.
Even though the service checks if the name's available with the state, you also want to think about trademarks,
Oh, right.
web domains, social media handles.
Right.
Make sure that name is really available across the board.
So do your research.
Exactly.
And then what about, Is an LLC always the best choice? What if I'm just starting out really small, like I'm just going to sell crafts online or something?
Yeah,
Right.
that's a great question.
Yeah.
And in that case, an LLC might be a little bit overkill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If it's a really small venture and there's not a lot of risk,
Uh-huh.
a sole proprietorship might be simpler and cheaper
Yeah.
to start out with.
Interesting.
But, the minute you start to see some growth,
Yeah.
or if there's any potential for liability, like you were saying with a food business,
Right.
that protection of an LLC becomes really invaluable.
So it's about kind of weighing your options.
Exactly.
So let's say my business takes off right. My Texas barbecue sauce is a huge success.
Yes.
I want to expand beyond Texas.
Yeah.
What do I do?
So in that case, you're going to need to think about foreign qualification.
Foreign qualification. What's that?
Yeah, it sounds a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But basically, all it means is you're registering your LLC in any other state where you want to do business. Oh.
Okay.
So it's a little more paperwork. Right. But it's really essential
Gotcha.
to stay legal.
So it's like getting a passport for your business.
Exactly.
Wow. This is all really helpful. I feel like I've learned a lot.
Yeah, me too.
What's really cool to me is like these services that are popping up that make it free to start an LLC.
Yeah, it's amazing how accessible it's become.
Yeah, it's like
to everyone.
it's like more people can be entrepreneurs now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and especially with the advantages in Texas.
Right.
It seems like there's a lot of opportunity.
A lot of potential.
Well, awesome. This has been great. Everyone listening, remember to do your research and maybe check out that free LLC service.
Yeah, great place to start.
And thank you all for joining us on the Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.